Before I begin, let me just say that I probably don't have all of the answers like most people on the social media tend to have. However, by sharing my experience, I can offer you some insights that may help you build your own path that will be based on your own personal values. So let's begin. A few months ago, I was working as a software developer, and everyone around me was so happy because I had a so-called prestigious job that was paying a large amount of money. But I felt very dissatisfied and unfulfilled. At the beginning, like almost every job, felt very fun and intellectually stimulating, and I was feeling good because I experienced growth. What I didn't know was that I was constantly working without putting any focus on myself, my desires, and what I actually wanted to do with my life. And I felt very misaligned. And that feeling of misalignment was constantly getting bigger and bigger, and it really started to get a toll on my mental health. That's when I decided to actually do something about it. That's when I started to explore more about me and my mental health, because I obviously didn't know who I really was and why I was feeling really caged up. What I realized was that I had absolutely no interest in helping CEOs build their own companies, meaning I had no interest in having a life that's directed by others and working for somebody else. So even though I enjoyed coding, the other things were affecting me way more. And as you can probably guess, I decided to go against what everybody was saying and actually leave my job. The truth is, I didn't know if I was making the right decision or not. I didn't know if everything would turn out to be good. But what I did know was if I didn't take that risk, I would probably live my whole life regretting that I didn't take that risk. I felt that I should put aside what everyone else was thinking and ask myself, why am I doing this? What is my purpose? I realized that what I was doing was not aligned with my purpose and with what I actually wanted to do in life. To be honest, that was a huge wake-up call for me, because one of the reasons that I couldn't find my meaning was because I wasn't putting enough attention to myself and who I was truly. So I needed to learn a lot about myself and my past so I can change my future. And the only way to change your future is to change how you think and how you feel. When it comes to major life decisions, people often tell their opinions, usually with the best of intentions and based on their own experiences. But when is the time when things fall really into place? It's when you find time for your own introspection. Whatever the decision, make sure that the decision is yours and not driven by society. And let me be clear, passion alone isn't enough for the society that we live in today. Also, practical considerations like bills, mortgage, rent, or some other responsibilities are just part of life, and you cannot ignore them. Even with all of your calculations, you should have some plus money because you cannot predict what will happen in the future. And finally, with these preparations, I felt confident to quit my job and do whatever I want, meaning starting my own business. And now, as I run my own business, I finally feel happier and more aligned with my values. I became so obsessed with my happiness and my why, I stepped out of my comfort zone and I took the risk. This is just my story based upon my values, and you have to be an independent thinker to create your story based upon your values.